Rev Will. I'm the senior minister at First Christian Church in Fulton, Missouri. Welcome to this week's devotion. We're coming to you a day early because of the holiday this week. So if it interrupts your regularly scheduled programming, I'm sorry, but we're going to break into time here, and that's I think an apt sort of metaphor for today. I'm going to be grounding this devotion from one of the previous Sundays. 2 days ago, there are four Bible selections given each Sunday, and I'm going to read from part of the New Testament one. It was Paul's letter to the Colossians. This is chapter 1, verses 13 and 14. It's talking about some of the work that God has done for us. It says, "He rescued us from the control of darkness and transferred us into the kingdom of the Son he loves. He set us free through the Son and forgave our sins." And so I want to start off this devotion with a bit of a truth telling. I'll just go ahead and say it. I am a fan of the switch from daylight savings time to standard time. It's about 3 weeks out from the switch, and I am in bliss. I know all the complaints about the switch and standard time in general. Going to work when it's dark and coming home when it's dark is a bit myopic. Sleep schedules get messed up, and toddlers turn into gremlins overnight. It might even save energy for the world, though the jury's still out on that one. However, I am one of those crazy people who is a morning person. I've always been one. I was the kid who fell asleep first at sleepovers, even when they were at my house, but that meant I was the first to get up and could grab the Nintendo controller and play to my heart's content. I had to deal with FOMO, the fear of missing out, in college as I went to bed before the shenanigans got underway. But it wasn't really a problem for me to wake up at 5:15 weightlifting sessions for football. And I might now collapse into bed maybe seconds after my kid goes to sleep, but then I get hours to myself in the morning to read, to exercise, clean the dishes, or whatever. Well, that last one isn't necessarily true anymore because my kid takes after me and wakes up before the sun even has an inkling to rise, say la vie. When the switch back to standard time takes place, it is glorious because I get to enjoy more light in the morning. I get to run when the sun is rising and not in deep darkness. I get to let out the dog and actually see if he's taking care of business instead of eating his own. It honestly feels like a completely different time for me. Maybe you're one of those sickos who prefers daylight savings time with more light at night, but the switch to that matters for you too. It can feel like a whole different world. I think this is what Paul is getting at when he wrote, "He rescued us from the control of darkness and transferred us into the kingdom of the Son he loves. He set us free through the Son and forgave our sins." Going from daylight savings time to standard time feels like I have been transferred from the control of darkness into the Son's kingdom. It is freeing. It is hope inducing. It is energy giving. The control of darkness, though, isn't just about the night. It's a metaphor for me, but it's about life in this present age, sorely hampered by our past, frustrated we can't break out of self-destructive cycles, confounded with our inability to always choose what's right. It can feel like we are under a power beyond ourselves, that we can't break free from it. This is what Paul calls the twin powers of the enemy, sin and death. In standing at the precipice of Advent starts this upcoming Sunday, when, as Fleming Rutledge says, we look into the heart of darkness so as to completely understand the human predicament. We are reminded of the now, but not yet. Paul's words hang over us as a truth uttered to us. God has already transferred us from this present age into Christ's kingdom. The mechanism to do this was the cross, where Jesus set us free from the enemy's powers and forgave our sins. This is something God did for us. He brought peace through the blood of his cross. That's verse 20 in the first chapter of Colossians. This good news is freeing. It's hope-inducing. It's energy-giving. It is a gift that opens up a whole new world. And as much as we try and manipulate time, giving sunlight to morning larks or night owls, we understand there are some things in this world we cannot change. I can't make the hands on the clock turn faster, and I certainly can't make the sun rise any earlier. No, Jesus' cross is the thing that marks the change of time. We are no longer beholden to the darkness of this world. Our sins have been forgotten. It may not be the new day yet, but thanks to Jesus and the switch to standard time, we can see the hues of this night sky start to lighten. We can look and see and point and show that a new day is coming. Thanks for joining me for this week's devotion. I hope you heard a word of grace. Like and share this with someone who you think needs to hear that a new day is coming in our world and in our lives. I know people right now might need to hear that, especially as the the sun gets down quicker and quicker. Not everybody's a person who likes the night like me. Anyway, you're welcome to join us for worship. We gather together at 10:30 on Sunday mornings. You can join us in person or online, but if not, our benediction is the same as always.